Hello fellow Star citizens, Stars here. CIG launched or introduced the RSI Zeus Mk2 into the PTU today. So here am I, checking out. I'll cover the differences between the ES and CL version, the ES being the exploration variant and the CL being the cargo variant. Share some observations about the differences and, more importantly, to see whether the Ursa and the Greycat ROC fit into the ship. Chapter markers have been or rather will be implemented, and yeah, check it out. Do take note that this is the PTU, so as usual things may be subject to change, but here we go. And apologies for the under-editing as I had very little time to prepare this video. Anyway, so here's the Zeus. Let's have a closer look at its loadout. I'm sorry I'm rushing this video, there isn't really much time. So the Zeus Mk2 ES, the exploration variant, as you can see in the 3.24 patch, 3.242 patch, they have a separate propulsion drive. Probably would come in quite useful when you do your jump gates, when the jump gates are released. The exploration variant uses mainly civilian components, which is actually quite good. And compare this with the cargo variant, the CL. You have the tractor beam, of course. Same propulsion, but most of the components are actually industrial size 2 class components. Do note the key difference in the number of shields. The cargo variant has 3 size 2 shields, whereas the exploration variant has 4 size 2 shields. This is actually a crazy number of shields, and if we go and compare ERKUL, which I'll do later, you find that having more than 1 size 2 shields actually puts you ahead of much of the competition. In terms of weaponry, it is the same between the exploration and the cargo variant. Both are equipped with pilot control Omni-Skies, and these are size 4 cannons. And in addition, there's also a size 3 repeater turret, currently at the default, stocked with the 337s. So let's take a look at the ship.
Welcome to the ASOC Vehicle Retrieval System.
So the RSI Zeus Mk2, the ES variant, the exploration variant, is white by default. And yeah, let's have a look around the ship. Very sleek, very sleek. Actually, one of the Star denizens reminded us recently that the Zeus Mk2s look a lot like the Starcom ship. You know, I'm not sure if you remember the toys in the 80s, but the ship we're referring to is the Starcom Starmax bomber, as pictured above. All rights to their relevant holders. I know Mattel is very keen to sue people, so I better acknowledge that, and that of course of the eBay that I got this photo from. Anyway, looks alike. I mean, it's not a bad shape actually. It's sleek. Reminds me of you know, kind of a modernized space shuttle. Anyway, let's check out the interior of the Zeus Mk2. So this is the ES variant once again, and you'll notice the cargo bay looks very similar to the cargo variant. I think we'll explore the differences later. But first thing you're greeted to by are 2 sort of like component bays. Fairly large, size 2 though, but you know, the bays themselves are quite large. Interestingly, there's a slot for batteries. Not sure what CIG has in mind for them. Of course, the fire hydrants are there for fire and engineering gameplay. And interestingly, first time I've seen a fuel tank. Not sure what's the value of putting a quantum fuel tank behind a glass panel though. And yes, the HAPs have a shareable locker, basically a storage location, 650 micro SCUs worth of them, so it's actually not bad. And for those of you who feel that it's important, let's check out the toilet of the Zeus, or rather the toilet / bath area. Quite nicely done. Place for soap, a sink, and of course your mandatory water cistern. Not bad, not bad. Compact, but expected for a ship this size. There was a bit of lag in the buttons as in the PTU, but it's a PTU. Let's check out the food preparation quarters, the dining quarters. Compact but functional, very in line with the RSI design ethos. Interestingly, there seem to be like cubicles for things like microwave and other sort of things, but interesting. Now to check out the, well, I'm not sure what area this is called, but maybe engineering. So there is an engineering terminal. Interesting. Gravity generators. There seems to be an empty space for it. Like I said, not sure what CIG has in mind for these things. So it's labeled, fuel generator on top, and another spare slot for batteries. More lockers this time around, although the suit lockers don't appear to be common storage. And here we are in the cockpit area. Similar layout to the Cornice. Oh, life support has a module too, as well as avionics. And check this out. Weapon locker with space for size 3 weapon. Very useful. So for those of us who like to carry railguns and missile launchers, you can. Let's check out something I kind of walked past, and that is the airlock. As Regik had pointed out, this is an interesting design. Oh, graphical glitch. In the sense that the airlock is actually recessed from the external hull of the ship. A nice added bit of realism. And of course, the Zeus doesn't just have one entry and exit point. It actually has a ladder leading up to just to the rear of the cockpit, which is very convenient for those of us who've been scarred by the Crusader design ethos. You know, think of the MSR and how many doors you have to pass through before you get to the cockpit. Anyway, bad jokes aside, another fire hydrant. And let's take this ship out for a spin. By the way, I love the new MFDs. I know that they will need some getting used to, but the MFDs, in my opinion, are an actual improvement over the previous. Oh my goodness, the audio. CIG really needs to work on the audio balancing. The hangar audio is really very loud. Anyway, this is the landing gear extension and retraction mechanism. There seems to be a bit of a glitch in the PTU in the sense that the gear just appears to sort of retract. But you know, when I did it again, it didn't seem to be a problem, so I'll put it to a PTU glitch. Hopefully CIG would get it sorted out before launch, which I expect to be quite soon. Definitely before CitizenCon added from the looks of it, which is, if I'm not wrong, the 19th of October, which is just over a week from now. Anyway, cockpit visibility is very good. I love the cockpit designs of the RSI ships, and unlike the Cornice, there's no metal strut right across the front of the pilot, although there are still some struts that you have to deal with. Initial findings of the ship is that it's actually quite agile. No problems flying through the Ursa atmosphere. Really sleek, really sleek. Love the design, really. I think this will be the favorite of many Star Citizen players. Okay, here we are. I actually took on a VLRT mission. There weren't that many choices, so the one I got was in Hurston, so I had to make the jump all the way from Orison to Hurston. And you got to be aware, I'm not sure if this is intentional. CIG has said that they will relook at the figures, but be prepared for a real sticker shock in terms of the price of quantum fuel. It seems to be costing a lot more than it did in live, at least for 3.2, 4.1. I'm not too sure if it's a bad thing though. I guess it's good if CIG can accurately cost the cost, well, for lack of a better word, of space travel. But yeah, maybe they should get continuum refining or player control refineries like the I think the Orion into the game before they do that. Anyway, like I said, loving the new MFD. On the top left, you have the status of your ship graphically represented. Top right, you have details of the target which you have targeted. Now let's see how it goes. Once again, 2 size 4 cannons. Decent firepower. Definitely not a Corsair though, even after the nerf. But yeah, turns well. Quite agile. I mean, I could actually keep up with an M50, and that's an achievement. Okay, wings blown off. The M50 is basically combat effective, because it can't really target you very well now. But yeah, I was still able to keep up with it in terms of the turns and all that. Try doing this in a Corsair, huh? Or even a Connie, to be fair. Yeah, there you go. Easy peasy. I mean, I think the Connie would struggle against an M50. You know, you basically have to go steal and rotate yourself like as if you were a stationary turret in order to hit something like the M50. But certainly no problems with the Zeus ES. And as I will show later, thanks to ERKUL games, that there is a slight difference between the cargo and the exploration variant of the Zeus Mk2, but it's generally negligible. And yeah, here I was actually thinking of landing, you know, to see if I could refuel here. Some kind of new installation. Looks good though. I hope that this new venues offer expanded gameplay, more missions for us perhaps. But nonetheless, this looks good. It looks like some kind of fuel depot. But yeah, curious and excited to see what CIG has in store in terms of missions. Unfortunately, maybe for the PTU, or maybe it's just not ready yet, I couldn't refuel at this the landing pad here. So I decided to head back to Ursa, pull out the CL and make a comparison. So see you guys in a bit. Now, this is the CL, the cargo variant, and thanks to the really loud hangar audio of CIG, same size 4 cannons, same hull shape basically, and interestingly same hull size. It's blue by default though, not a bad blue by the way. And one of the key differences, well, I think there was a bit of lag. One of the key differences is the cargo area. You will see that the cargo area is wider, but no deeper than the ES version. So the key difference is that the 2 component holders are actually pushed outwards, resulting in a kind of a flush, almost squarish, slightly rectangular sort of cargo area. However, based visually, which I will show a little bit later, I don't think the cargo area fits 32 SU boxes. That's something you have to bear in mind. There's a gun rack at the back in the cargo area that wasn't in the ES version. The cooking and living quarters appear to be exactly the same, complete with the common storage. Yeah, once again, same toilet, trust me on that. I didn't wait to see wait for the toilet doors open, but it is exactly the same. So the engineering section of the ship is exactly the same terminals, same locker, same airlock. Even the cockpit looks the same, complete with the weapon locker that includes a size 3 weapon storage and 3 size 2 and 6 size 1 weapon slots. So yeah, it's interesting how they managed to squeeze everything. I mean, the only difference that results in the 120 SU storage of the CL version is the widening of the sides of the storage bay. As you can tell, these are components. They are present. The component slots are present. There's no quantum fuel tank glass window, except that this area, the one I'm looking at right now, actually is just a wall, whereas in the ES version it housed another set of components. This could explain why the ES version could hold one more size 2 shield. Just blank walls. So these are the key differences. I mean, this is really the most obvious difference between the ES and the CL version of the Zeus Mk2. Kudos to CIG though, squeezing everything into that small space. So let's look at some numbers. Looking at ERKUL, one of the key things you realize immediately between the handling of the ES and CL is a difference in the yaw and roll rate of the two ships. The cargo variant is 31 by 105. The Explorer variant is 33 by 110 meters per second. So the ES version is slightly more nimble. Both have the same hit points. Of course, the cargo goes up from 32 SU to 128. I'm not sure why the difference is that large given the physical size of the two cargo bays. Yeah, but you know, this is CIG for you. And I think we should not leave out discussing the difference between the Zeus and the Crusader C1 Spirit family, which we feel, the Star Denizens feel, would be the main competitor to the Zeus Mk2, especially the CL. And one of the key difference is the hit points. While the Crusader C1 only has one size 2 shield, it has more than 3 times or almost 3 times the hit points. It's still not clear what this means when physicalized armor is introduced, but it does mean that the C1 Spirit would likely be more tanky after the shields go down, of course. This is the PTU, so I expect there'll be some glitches like this one here. Hopefully it remains a visual glitch. But I brought out the Crusader Spirit to highlight one very major difference between the Zeus Mk2 the Zeus Mk2 CL and the Crusader C1. And that is the C1's ability to handle 32 SU boxes. Something that I highly doubt that the Zeus Mk2 is able to do. Although there have been no released pictures of the different cargo grids like the one that we see here. So quite clearly the C1 Spirit can carry 232 SU boxes, resulting in a total capacity of 64. So while this is actually overall less than the Zeus Mk2, it does affect the kind of cargo box combinations that you can load into your Zeus Mk2. Information on the Mk2 is not available right now. And let's talk about something very important. Would the Zeus Mk2 fit the Ursa, or the informal name of the Ursa Medivac? We just call it the Ursa from here on. You know, it doesn't look very hopeful, I mean, just based on initial looks, but let's just try and confirm it. Nope, it won't fit. Although Mando from the Star Denizens pointed out that if you shot off the wheels, you might be able to get it in. But then again, if you shoot off the wheels, how is the bloody thing supposed to go in? So it won't fit in from the front, And just for thoroughness, let me show you that it won't fit from the back as well. Sorry guys, you can't have the Ursa inside the Zeus Mk2. Mind you, I used the cargo variant, thinking that it had a bigger space, but nope. So for solo miners out there, would the Zeus Mk2 fit the ROC DS, the single seat version of the DS? And the good news is that yes, it will. So this is actually a viable solo kind of a rock mining ship, something that many Star citizens who are just starting on the journey would find extremely useful, except for the glitches. But like I said, this is the PTU. Hopefully they will fix this. Anyway, a quick video just about the Zeus Mk2. This is Starus signing out. Hope you found it useful. Please like and subscribe if you do. See you around, folks. Have a good one.